Ми не виходили ні в супермаркет, ні на якісь дитячі дні народження, ні в закриті якісь такі приміщення, де скупчення людей. Я не можу сказати, що я почувалася ізольованою, а діти почувалися. Я мусила кожен раз їм говорити, чому ми не йдемо на дитячий день народження.
Everything changed in 2015 when suddenly polio outbreak happened in Ukraine. And suddenly I strike myself, wow, the disease is here. I start to be worried. I have grandchildren and I started to be involved personally. I have met Timofey Badikov at the end of 2014. I know his family, his child, and he knows my family, so we are friends already for years. We thought that it would be a good idea to create an organization where parents can talk about vaccination.
Never before have we had such success in the field. Parents organized themselves to advocate for vaccination.
Більше ніж 3 роки вже вдалося створити потужну організацію «Батьки за вакцинацію».
Here we need voice of parents for vaccination. Is supporting activities conducted by WHO, UNICEF, by other international partners.
We have identified, especially for young parents, through social media, was the key communication channel.
В Львове у нас очень мощная сеть агентов по вакцинации.
Good morning.
Good morning. Are we ready to go for this?
Let's do it.
I'm excited.
Me too.
I'm not still sharing my screen, am I?
You are now.
Everybody, we have 53 people in attendance right now. And we are hitting 9 a.m.
Felicia, is my screen still being shared? I thought I turned it off.
No screen is being shared. Just all of our conversation is being broadcast to all 53 attendees.
That's wonderful. 53. Welcome, everyone.
Well, all righty then. I guess we should get this show on the road, correct?
Yes, we are live on Facebook and also on our Facebook group page as well.
Okay. Well, good morning, Rotarians. Good morning.
Good morning. We're saying it back to you.
Good morning.
Welcome to the District 7305 Mid-Year Review. So this is a Zoom webinar. You'll only be able to see the speakers and the presenters. Everyone is automatically muted. We appreciate you being here and spending your Saturday morning with us. So I invite you to sit back, relax, grab your cup of coffee or cup of tea, and maybe a pen and paper. You might want to jot down some notes. It's truly hard to believe that the first half of the Rotary year has passed us by. This morning, we are going to recap the previous 6 months and project the upcoming 6 months, touching on all of the important topics that we people of action certainly care about most. This morning, we're going to start off with the four-way test. I'm sorry, we're going to start off with the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the four-way test, and away we go. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which we stand, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And the four-way test of the things we think, say, and do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Great. So we're just going to start right at it with our district governor, District Governor Al DeLucia. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Marie. Thank you so much. I just want to say good morning to everyone, and thank you for joining us for the Rotary District 7305 Mid-Year Review. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to be able to introduce our district governor chain for the next 3 years. First, I'd like to introduce from the Rotary Club of Oakland, District Governor-elect Dr. Vince Costa. Vince will serve as the governor in Rotary year 2021 to 2022. Vince?
I'm moving them up right now. You're good, Vince. Good on the mute.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, good morning. I'm glad to be a part of this program and looking forward to the next half. There's a lot of work that still needs to be done, and we have a great team that's making things happen. So enjoy the rest of the program, and I'll be back a little bit later to tell you about pets and pre-pets. Take care.
Thank you, Vince. Next, from the Rotary Club of Pittsburgh East, District Governor nominee Marie Fallon. Marie will serve as District Governor in Rotary year 2022 to 2023. Marie?
Good morning again. Glad to be with everyone this morning. The sun is out, shining the light on Rotary today. So super excited to see the program tonight and glad that everybody can be together. Thank you.
Thank you, Marie. And next is from the Rotary Club of Murraysville Export, District Governor nominee designate, John Hartman. John will serve as District Governor in the Rotary year 2023 to 2024. John?
Good morning, everyone. I'm really happy to be here today. I know from being part of this, we have a wonderful, informative program this morning, and I hope everybody will enjoy it. To lay out for you the great work that the district has been doing in the last 6 months and what we're going to do in the next 6 months. And as the new DGND, it's my pleasure and honor to serve the district. I look forward to the opportunities presented to me to serve the district and Rotary. Thanks, Al.
Thank you, John. It's my privilege to have such a talented lineup of future district governors on our leadership team. Their efforts and support have been invaluable to me so far this year. And I know that Rotary District 7305 will be in good hands when Vince, Marie, and John have their opportunity to serve as district governor in the future. So let's talk a little bit about our mid-year review. What a year it's been. It's hard for me to believe that a year ago, I was in San Diego, California, attending the International Assembly for district governors-elect from every Rotary district in the world. There were 535 district governors from every corner of the globe, along with trainers and leaders from Rotary International, together in one place at one time. Fast forward a few short months, and the world was facing a pandemic the likes of which it had not seen in over 100 years. On July 1st, we welcomed our new theme, Rotary Opens Opportunities. Little did we know the number and types of opportunities that would be presented to us. The first opportunity was for us to increase our ability to adapt. Many of our clubs started the year by meeting in person, but doing it outside or in a place that wasn't their traditional meeting setting. As the months went by and the weather got colder, the COVID-19 restrictions that were put in place were a real challenge to some of our clubs. But so many of our clubs met those challenges. They adopted a virtual format for their meetings. They realized that they could still hold meetings, attract speakers, and continue to serve their communities even if they weren't meeting in person. Many clubs have realized the positive aspect of having a virtual option for their meetings. It gives them a chance to have members attend that can't make the meeting, whether for health reasons, time constraints, or just being out of town. They discovered that it can be easier to invite a new member to a meeting if they can do it virtually. They also realized that a virtual meeting gives them the opportunity to invite speakers from all around the world, not just their local communities. Many of our clubs have had speakers from Chicago, Atlanta, Washington, D.C., India, Ireland, and so many other places. It's truly opened the world to us. Clubs have also adapted to how they're doing the things that each club has become known for. Most of our clubs have at least one signature fundraiser and one signature service project in their community. It's really the event that identifies that local Rotary Club with their community. Unfortunately, so many of those events were not able to be held this year, but they did not stop so many clubs from finding a way to adapt to the circumstances and expand their reach by either changing the events that they've traditionally done or by coming up with a new event or a new idea. Drive-in bingo, outdoor fun runs, drive-through barbecue dinners, online raffle tickets, online purse auctions. These are just some of the fundraising events and ideas that have taken place in our district, and most of them have been new. Membership has been a priority in our district from the beginning of this year. We formed a great membership committee at the beginning of the year. They started off by developing a membership playbook, and this playbook was sent to every club member in District 7305. It has many intentional and successful strategies to help build clubs and their membership. So far this year, our membership numbers are down. However, most of our clubs are holding their own when it comes to membership. Almost half of our clubs have not lost a single member so far this year, and many of our clubs have actually added to their membership. Of the clubs that have lost members, most of them have only lost one or two. A few members have lost a few more. While losing members and having declining membership is never a good thing, but by comparison, our district is doing better than most districts in our zone. In our district, the number of new members we've lost this year is really about the same as last year. With all the challenges presented by COVID-19, our clubs have worked extremely hard to hold on to their current membership. They've reached out to them through emails, text messages, and phone calls. It's kept our membership numbers from dropping off dramatically. Now that we've steadied the ship, we could start to concentrate on adding to our membership during the second half of this Rotary year. Supporting the Rotary Foundation is something that many clubs in District 7305 have been doing for many years. I want to thank these clubs for their support in the past, and I want to encourage all clubs to at least achieve the goal of $100 average per member contributed to the Rotary Foundation's annual fund and $45 average per member towards Polio Plus. Rotary District 7305 had a record number of clubs that qualified for district matching grants this year. Not only did we have a record number of clubs qualify for district matching grants, we also had a record amount of district matching grant money that was available to fund these projects. Over $136,000 of district matching grant money was given to our clubs in our district when their projects will be completed. With this $136,000, combined with the funds that will be contributed by clubs towards their projects, it's estimated that well in excess of $250,000 will be going back into our communities to complete such needed projects that range from helping to fight hunger, funding various COVID-19 relief efforts, supporting local businesses with lunch programs, and providing laptops to schools so all children can attend classes remotely. This year, our district also received a $25,000 disaster response grant from the Rotary Foundation. We received this money in part due to our unwavering support of the Rotary Foundation. This $25,000 has gone right back into our communities by supporting COVID-19 relief efforts, providing meals and medical supplies to those that need it most. Dan, could you put up the map of the zones 33 and 34, please? Thank you. I just wanted to show you what our combined zones look like. On the top is zone 33, and you can see us in green as zone 33, as district 7305, excuse me. And then at the bottom is zone 34. Those are our combined or paired zones. And that zone 34 goes all the way down into the Caribbean. So this year, our district is part of a combined zone 33 and 34 Feed 10 Million Challenge. This is a challenge to every district in our paired zones to help feed 10 million people this year. Our district has established a goal of 250,000 meals. So far, we've provided over 75,000 meals to those suffering from food insecurity. We are confident that we will be able to far exceed our goal of 250,000 meals for two reasons. First, many of our clubs are doing food-related projects and they've not entered their accomplishment into the Feed 10 Million Challenge link on the Zone 33 website. Second, we know that so many clubs will continue to do their current food-related projects, and other clubs will do new projects during the second half of this year. I'm confident that when these projects are done, the Rotary District 7305 will have fed more than 250,000 people as part of the Feed 10 Million Challenge. You can take that down now, Dan. Thank you. Last July, our district made the decision to switch our database system. We had been on Club Runner, but decided to switch to DACDB. This has been beneficial for our clubs and for our district. So many of the things we struggled with when it came to communication and information have been simplified and improved by adopting DACDB. Clubs are finding that the communication with members, club invoices, finances, and membership information is much easier with DACDB than it was with Club Runner. However, the only way to enjoy these benefits is to make sure that your club has integrated into DACDB. We've done a good job so far. So far, 62 of our clubs have integrated, but that means 20 clubs have not. We strongly encourage clubs that have not made the change to DACDB to make it a priority. If you use it, you will like it. The second half of this Rotary year brings with it many opportunities for us to strengthen and grow our clubs and expand our reach by appealing to a new audience, one that has not seen us or heard us before. And there are a number of ways that we're going to do this. First is through membership growth. I'm extremely encouraged about membership because of all the things we have planned for the second half of this year. Our membership growth strategy contains several parts. First is to retain the members we have in our clubs. So far this year, our attrition rate is about the same as it's been in the past. Considering all the challenges we faced so far this year, that's quite an accomplishment. Second is our upcoming membership summit sessions. These are 5 weekly 1-hour sessions that are focused on retaining members and growing membership. These sessions will address issues from goal setting to changing your club culture. I encourage everyone to register for these sessions. We're really looking for every president, president-elect, and membership chair to attend all 5 of these sessions. If your club doesn't have a membership chair, make sure that you have someone that has a passion for strengthening your club to attend. Third is we have a growth strategy specifically designed for clubs with less than 20 members. Our district has 40 clubs that have 20 or fewer members. Now, these clubs are considered small, but we know they're very, very strong. But we understand that these clubs have different challenges and opportunities than clubs with 40 or 50 members. Our district has developed a specifically designed strategy and program that will help meet the needs of these smaller clubs when it comes to growing their membership. The fourth strategy is to add new, innovative type clubs to our district. We have several new clubs that are in the process of being formed. There are plans for a satellite club, a cause-based club, and a Rotary alumni club that will be formed in our district within the next few months. These clubs could add as many as 50 new members in our district. Public image is an area that we want to concentrate on for the rest of this year. Many of our clubs are doing so many great so many great events, and they've been putting them on Facebook and other social media platforms, but they're not being shared as widely as they could be. Not as many people are seeing what we are doing, and not enough people are being asked to join in what we are doing. We are looking to enhance our public image in a couple ways. The Public Image Committee is developing a district-wide public image campaign. We are asking clubs to make sure they're putting current content onto their social media outlets. The public image team is going to collect all of that content and start to target people in your area that might be interested in what your club is doing. Providing meals to the elderly, volunteering at food banks, teaching basic education and literacy, providing maternal and child health services, or caring for the environment. We want to make your club irresistible to potential members. We want to highlight what you're doing to serve your communities, and we want to showcase your members as people of action. Currently, our district leadership is in the planning stage of creating a diversity, equity, and inclusion committee for District 7305. We are reaching out to several districts in our zone to gather information about diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts in their districts and to form a committee that has clear goals and objectives in this important area. Our clubs must represent the communities we serve if we are to serve them effectively. Growing and diversifying our membership is a top priority for our district and its membership. Dan, could you put up the Rotary Work slide, please? Well, another new program for the second half of this year is Rotary Works. This is an initiative in Zone 33 and 34 to help Rotarians and Rotaractors that are experiencing career transition. This initiative is composed of 3 distinct programs, providing education, networking, and/or financial resources for participants, and providing mentorship opportunities for personal and professional development. This initiative will work to pair people that are looking for jobs and career opportunities with those that have those opportunities available. It will bring together those that are in need of job skills such as resume building, interview skills, and job coaching with people that have a lifetime experience in those areas. Through the Impact Fund, we will bring together those that need some financial assistance to overcome a small hurdle with those that want to be able to provide financial support for those that need a helping hand. District 7305 has already provided financial support to the Impact Fund. Soon, we will be reaching out to clubs to opening opportunities for them to help in any way they can and to offer the assistance of Rotary Works to those that need it. Hand wash is District 7305's district project for this Rotary year. This is an initiative by Rotary International to bring clean water and adequate sanitation to the entire country of Haiti. This initiative was started by past Rotary International President Barry Rassin. This is a multi-year, multi-billion-dollar program that will change the lives of every person in the country of Haiti. Rotary International has been working in Haiti for over 4 years now, and the progress that is being made in several of the communes is very encouraging. In one commune, Cavaillon, over 30% of the people have clean water coming into their house for the first time. Not only do they have clean water coming into their house, but something is happening that has never happened in the country of Haiti. People are paying a utility bill. People have never paid a utility bill for any utility service in the past. The cost is only 2 gourd a month. It's about 50 cents. But the money that is being paid is going to expand the system and pay for future developments. Rotary's mission is to bring clean water and adequate sanitation to the entire country of Haiti. When it is complete, there will be a blueprint for how to bring clean water and adequate sanitation to other countries. Rotary hopes to be able to use the lessons learned from Haiti to bring clean water and adequate sanitation to countries all around the world. District 7305 has committed to support this project, and we're asking that each club and its members also consider supporting this district project. You will be receiving additional information very soon on how you will be able to support this life-changing program. This year, our district leadership has expanded the Governor's Crystal Citation Award. This is a special award that every club in our district can win. Your club presidents will be receiving information about that this week, and I encourage every club to work towards achieving this goal. It can provide a strong foundation for strengthening your club, and it's the first step to possibly becoming Club of the Year. Last but not least, I want to talk about strategic planning. Dan, could you put that slide up, please? Second page. There we go. Thank you. Strategic planning is something every club should be doing on a regular basis. It's a fairly simple and straightforward process of talking about where your club wants to be in the next 3 to 5 years. It's a process to find out what your club likes about what they're doing and what some of the things that they might want to change. It also starts the conversation about how things might take place. As you can see, phase 1 is determine your status. How's your club doing? Phase 2 is to develop a vision. What would you like your club to be? Phase 3 is to make a plan. How are you going to achieve your vision? And phase 4 is to track your progress. You know, how close are you to your goals? This simple 4-step process can start the conversation to take the temperature of your club and begin the process of planning for what your club wants to be in the future. I strongly encourage every club to have at least one strategic planning meeting every year. You never know where that plan might lead your club. As you can see, we have a lot of goals ahead of us for the rest of this Rotary year. I want to thank all of the club members for everything they've been doing for the past 7 months to meet the challenges we faced and to keep their clubs active and vibrant. I look forward to seeing everything that will be accomplished by clubs in Rotary District 7305 during the second half of the year. Please remember, the district and district leaders are here to help and support you and your clubs any way we can. Please continue to do the great work that you've been doing, and look forward to seeing you in the future. With that, Marie, I'll let you introduce our next presenters.
Great. Thank you so much, District Governor Al. We've done so much for the first half of the Rotary year. Looking forward to a great, strong second half and all the opportunities that it holds. Up next, we have the Rotary District 7305 Committee for the Rotary Foundation, Chairman Jeff Klink and Don Friedman. Guys, take it away.
We just moving them up to panelist right now. Felicia, do you want to move them over? It will not let me.
So I see that there's some questions going on through the chats. Please, if you have any questions, use them there. If we cannot get to all of your questions today, we will certainly follow back up with all the answers to the questions that you may have. The links to our resources as well as contact information will be sent out as well.
Hello, everybody. How are you this morning? I hope everybody's doing nice and has their coffee and is ready. My name is Jeff Klink, and I am your chairman for the Rotary District 7305 Committee for the Rotary Foundation. Dan, could you put some slides up there, please? The report I have to give you today, there we are. The report I have today to give you today is a very good one. It is actually, can I control these, Dan? Okay.
Then just let me know whenever you want to move on to your next panel.
Oh, okay. We can go to 2 instead of 3. Okay, there we are. All right, good. Sorry about that. The report I have to give you is a very good one. In fact, in some areas, it's very stunning. We have been, oh, that's 1. Let's go to 2. Okay, there we are. In some ways, we have done such an excellent job. It is amazing, and it amazed me and it amazed people in the zone. I would like us to keep that good work up. I credit that to the fantastic team I have together. There's 23 of us that are on that committee. We meet live and hybrid about every 2 months. So Dan, we can go to begin my presentation, slide number 3. These are the interim results for the annual fund. The annual fund our giving is up, and it's up 41% this year. 41%. That is just amazing. Our goal has been lowered a bit. Our benchmark, because of the membership, was at 209,000. This year it was only 199,300. Our annual fund goals. These are goals submitted. Control your own slides. You can request access. Okay. Back, Dan. I'll get you. Click on view options. Okay. Sorry, I'm working through this. I'm just going to have Dan do it. Felicia, thank you. Our annual fund goal this year, submitted by the clubs, is $226,000. Last year it was 182 at this time. And as I said, our annual fund actual contributions are $127,000. Next slide. The interim results, this is up also. Last year, we didn't have as many clubs participating, and I think that was due to the merger. A lot of clubs didn't know what to do or how to do it in a lot of ways. They had done it before, but there was a lot of back and forth with that. This year, we've had 86% of the clubs respond with goals, and 56% of the clubs, or 68% of the clubs, pardon me, have given something to the annual fund itself. This is excellent. We're well ahead of last year with both goals received and contributions. I don't know if that'll continue, but I sure hope so. Next slide. Some of our clubs, these are the top 3 in annual giving. I'd like to give a good handout. Everybody can give a nice handout to Johnstown, Bethel, St. Clair, and Fox Chapel. This is what their contributions are right now. So very good to you guys. And the other ones out there, try harder. Next slide. This is a per member that we had before. Interestingly enough, Parkway West is in 3rd place right now. What an excellent job they've done. A small club, bang, right there. So excellent. And a shout out to Parkway West. All right. Our next fund, next slide, please, is Polio Plus. I'm not going to say too much about this. I'm going to leave but I'm going to steal some of Pat's thunder because this is good news too. Summary of our results. We've given more in DDF this year. That's what's left over. When it comes back from the Rotary Foundation, we get to spend it the way we want. So our district has given $35,000 this year versus $33,000 last year. Our giving is up about 4.1%. And our goal has actually gone down because they changed the goal structure this year. The goal structure was $1,500 per club, and now it's $45 per member. So our goal was about $90,000. We well exceeded that already. That's excellent work from everybody, and I attribute a lot of that to Owen's Odyssey. Thank you, Owen, and a big shout out to you too. Next slide, please. All right, and the interim results per club giving. Northern Allegheny, thank you, big donor from Northern Allegheny. Somerset, and my own club of Crafton Ingram. Next slide. District grants. Okay, I'm not going to steal Don's thunder too much. He's coming up next. But our metrics here are 36 of the 44 eligible clubs have applied for district grants this year. There was a lot of money that was the clubs didn't have. Their treasuries are normally you would expect every club that could qualify for a district grant would apply. But I think that's where the economics are affecting us, is some of the clubs can't afford to apply even. We tried to make that easier. Don is going to go into that. We also funded 2 special grants from our committee. Folks came in a little bit late and had some really good projects. 2 of them, Boots for the Homeless and Singh's project over in India. Both were excellent, and we decided to fund them at $2,500 each. As Al had said, $139,000 so far has been awarded, and this will go up. This $245,000 spent on club projects. Next slide, please. These are just our projections for next year. Our budget, I'm just assuming a similar budget. However, it depends on our endowment funds. Our increase in club applications is expected, and a decrease in the maximum amount of the award will be likely. But that didn't happen this year. We matched it up to $4,900 per club. So we'll see how that goes. As you may or may not know, our endowed funds, and I'll go into this to more depth at Pat's, but our endowed funds contributed about 1/3 of the district grant money that we can use in these areas for district grants and global grants. That was in the tune of about $76,000 from endowments. So our endowed funds are extremely important. Next slide, please. The process is working fairly well, as I said. We're going to use that online training module, almost the same as we did last year. It was an ad hoc one. Dawn will go into that more. And of course, the most important one to all you guys out there, the $100 per member per club benchmark will continue for next year. Next slide. All right. These are the current global grants that are in the queue. Haiti is missing from here because we don't have a grant number yet, but we have $5,000 to $50,000 at this point committed to that. Coakley is now moving again a little bit. We've committed $70,000 to that. We are fortunate enough in our district, we have enough global grant DDF that we can fund both ends because the World Fund funding is now dried up. So we can fund both ends of our Coakley High School. We can fund both ends of the neonatal incubators, and we don't need to do that with Guatemala. So that is a Big Mike's project up in District 7280. He's providing water filters to 9 and needed $10,000 to 9. And they're our neighboring district for anybody that hasn't figured out where 7280 is. So they had come and asked us for some money and we gave them 10,000. Haiti, between $5,000 and $50,000 we're planning to give this year. We're waiting for more specifics from the Haiti committee down there and John Smarge. So next slide, please. All right, these are our scholars. These are the last year's scholars. Jessica has gotten her money. It was approximately $125,000 over 2 years, and she's leaving for Australia as soon as things open up there. Grace is already in Geneva, Switzerland. She is studying there, and we should get some reports from her soon. Haven't heard much from her. And Leanna is on hold, but is going to reapply basically on the for this year starting July 1st. Barcelona was not open to study. Part of the precepts for a Global Grants Ambassador Scholarship is you actually have to travel to the country. So unless they can travel there, they can't award the scholarship. Next, please. We have 2 inbounds. Baptiste is with the Oakland Club. Both of these are studying at Carnegie Mellon, I believe. And Shin is with Pittsburgh East Club. So if you get a chance and things open up, we may hear from them. We're planning to at the district conference. But if you can and things open up a little bit, invite them to your club, bring them out. You have to provide them a ride back and forth, but it's well worth hearing what they have to say. And it's part of their obligation to study. So if you get a chance, invite them in. Next slide. All right. The last area that I'm going to cover is the COVID-19 special grant. It's quite a feather in our cap. The committee worked very hard on it. Al and I worked very hard on it. It was a first global grant ever received by District 7305, 7300, or 7330. We never got an incoming one. This is the first one we ever got. When we were deciding to distribute this, we felt that every club should be able to distribute it to their own local food bank any which way they can. It was based on their contributions to the annual fund. We felt that as a foundation committee, that if you support the foundation is going to support you. So this is a chance. All you had to do was apply, and you got up to $500 based on your contribution. We funded all requests of those that made the benchmark of $100 per at $500 and lesser amount to those who didn't make 100, but made a good effort, which we figured at 50% or better. About $900 of that remains in the account, and the committee is going to buy food and use up the rest of it and donate it to the food bank. I believe that's it. I don't think I have another slide, do I? I think that's all. So I'm going to turn it over to Don. Don is going to go over district grants. He is going to let us know what, how, and where, and all the nuts and bolts of district grants. Take it away, Don.
Thank you, Jeff. Dan, if you would put the slides up. There we go. And tell me exactly where I'm supposed to move this forward.
Oh, you have to send the request to move it forward. I'll start doing it now.
Okay, you do that then. Next slide. Grants are working out really nicely. People are doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is awfully important to us. 36 clubs, individual clubs, got individual grants. 8 of those clubs joined with one other club for joint projects. That's an opportunity a lot of clubs overlook. You can get your own grant and you can share a grant with another club so that you can have 2 functions going on at one time. People are reporting in the way they're supposed to, and that's important because what we learned over many years is that the greater the distance between the time the project takes place and the time it's being reported in, the less documentation people can find, and it makes it hard for us to justify paying off the foundation's, the Rotary Foundation's portion of the grant. We're subject to audits. The Rotary Foundation asks us to keep all the records. We keep it both paper and electronically. Okay? But without adequate records, we can't justify paying off the grant. And that's why we try to keep the distance between the conclusion of the project and the report as small as possible. And clubs are living up to their obligation. We have one project in the works, or one grant in the works rather, that the club's not been able to finalize the plans for, and that is still may very well go forward. The grant we made to Interact, they gave back to us. It was to fund their annual conference. They couldn't have a live conference. They did it online, didn't need the money, and gave it back to us. Jeff talked about the special grants. The amazing thing is that because we stimulate with about $139,000, another $76,000 on top of that gets put into the community. And that's pretty important. Dan, if you would go forward. That's about the economic impact. Dan, if you go forward again and again. As Jeff said, we're going to have, we think, about the same amount of money to distribute in the coming Rotary year. And we are going to have the same requirements, the 2 of $100 per member and training. Okay.
It's
Let's keep
skipping
going,
around.
Dan.
I bumped the button. It'll let you control now.
But that's okay. You can go just to the very next slide. How's that? Okay. That's okay. We're going to try to manage next year's grants by talking to clubs and seeing what their financial capability is going to be. We felt badly that 8 of the 44 clubs that were qualified this year to get a grant weren't able to. So we don't want that to happen again. Every club that's qualified itself should be able to get and share in this grant money. And we're hoping that your club and even the clubs that may not have someone here today learn to take advantage of that. And we're going to reach out to clubs and talk to them in the spring to see where they stand. Redistributing the monies that we had, making it easier for small grants to take place with a 75% match really worked out to our advantage. And the clubs that had enough money to fund expensive, large-scale grants also were given that option to get a little more cash in that. But you know what? The whole process of organizing district grants for a district our size and with the amount of money we have is a lot of work. We could use some more hands on board, particularly hands on board that have some technical skills and can produce online forms, work with data collections online, and help facilitate other clubs. If you're interested in helping us, drop us an email. We'd love to talk to you. And finally, Dan, do you have those other 2 slides we did at the last minute? Dan did a yeoman's job of getting our stuff on the website of the district rather than our own private site, which is a great asset. And let me tell you, that's invaluable. If you go to the district website, you will see a district foundation link on that page. And when you get there, you'll see, there you go. If you get to that website, we sort of yellowed out the spot on that where you're going to find it. Look down there, and then you're going to get to this page with wonderful Marie's face in the middle of the thing. Don't look like that, Marie. There's 2 things that happen here. One, you can click on that link and see the video. Secondly, you can, when you're done watching the video, you can fill out a form that tells us who you are, what club you're representing, and that you have finished it and been trained. And that will automatically certify your club to be able to apply for a district grant in the coming Rotary year. But remember, you have to be trained every year. Your training only is good for a 1-year period. Okay, and you can't apply for a grant without it. With that, I thank everyone very much, and I turn it back over to Marie.
Well, thanks so much, Jeff. Thank you, Dawn. Yes, clubs need to learn to take advantage. There's so many opportunities out there. The clubs just need to reach out and connect with you. Again, thank you so much. Up on deck next, we have an update on the Rotary District 7300 Foundation. Mr. Stu Benson, the floor is yours.
Well, I'm on. Hope everybody can hear me. We just need to get my slides up there and we'll be ready to go. Good morning, everybody. We are going to be talking about a different foundation. The Rotary Foundation of Rotary International, which you just heard about from Jeff Klink and Don Friedman, is one of the great foundations of the world. And we, however, have need in our district, in our area, for more localized uses that are a little different than the Rotary Foundation. So let's see, how do I get my slides up here, Felicia or Dan, the PowerPoint? That's what we're going to be going through, about a year's worth of what we've done. We gave a very long talk at the district assembly last year, and on the Rotary District 7305.org website, there is a long write-up about the Rotary District 7300 Foundation. We don't have time to explain that, but what we're going to do today is share. Thank you very much. And I control the slides, right? Okay, let's see. How do I move that? Where's my control here? All right, there's the intro. We go to the next one here. Okay. It's not letting me go to the next one. But we're going to take the time here as soon as I can figure out how to move these slides to go through and look at what the Rotary District 7300 Foundation has been doing. And I think you'll get a real good eye in the next 13 minutes about what's available to use. All right. How do we get these to move? There we go. So the Rotary District 7300 Foundation, it's its own corporation. It's a Pennsylvania nonprofit corporation. It is not part of Rotary District 7305, but it is an adjunct. It is comprised of a board of directors and all of them are Rotarians in our Rotary district. What we have, for the most part, are what we call donor advised funds and endowed funds. And these basically mean that once money is given to the Rotary District 7300 Foundation, per regulations of the Internal Revenue Service, that money cannot be given back to the donor, whether it's a club, the Rotary District, an individual, an entity. However, the Internal Revenue Service allows a foundation to enter into an agreement with the donor for the donor to provide donor advice. And our foundation enters into agreements to receive money, as you're going to see, and we won't give it away until or unless we get appropriate donor advice from these different entities. Where do they want it to go? If it's for an appropriate charitable or educational purpose, our foundation has always agreed to support that and go by the request. So we'll start off. What we've done in the last year so far is we processed payments for 8 Bob Williams Memorial Rotary scholarships of $5,000 each. We do not give money to the students. We pay it directly to their schools. And they're going to a wide range of colleges, universities, and one technical post-secondary school. It's been an amazing success. And this was, people are still donating to this. It was started by Lou Piccone, Bob Williams, and Lou and their estate plans. And it continues to grow. And it's an endowment. We have one fund called the Carnegie Collier Rotary Club SIP, Special Interest Projects. And this is a fund, and they also had a fund within the last year called the Partnership in Education Fund. And basically their club has raised money and they've donated it to the Rotary District 7300 Foundation. Why? Why wouldn't they just give it away? Well, sometimes they have donors that need to give it to an IRS-approved Section 501c3 charitable organization, of which our foundation is. Rotary District 7305 is not a 501c3. Rotary clubs are not 501c3s. Those are both 501c4 entities. Additionally, when fundraisers are held, if they're run through our foundation in an appropriate way, sales tax can be avoided. So they could increase their fundraising by 6% or 7%, depending where the event was held, very easily by having us pay the bill. So what did we do? What did donor advice come from that club? In the last year, we've made payments to Southwest Meals on Wheels, purchased Chromebooks for a Google Chrome console for Carnegie Elementary School. A district grant was involved. And I'll just touch on this. When district grants are involved, this gets a little more complicated because remember, we can't give money back to the donor. So when they get their district grant money, whatever pro rata share would be from what we paid, that money has to come back into this restricted fund from that portion of the donor grant. Money went to support Washington County Habitat for Humanity. Went to support Family Promise, Carnegie Boys and Girls Club, Hope Grows, Down Syndrome of Pennsylvania. Carnegie Collier has an amazing program ongoing called the Lunch Fund. It was on the front page of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette in August, where they are addressing COVID in 2 ways. They're supporting local restaurants by buying meals every week, and those meals are supplied to senior citizens who are in residences, low-income residences that can't get out. A donor advice request was made to send money to the Rotary Foundation, Jeff and Dawn, their committees. And we did that. And other clubs have done that too from us because that's a charity. And the Carnegie Collier Scholarship Fund also received a contribution at their request. Crafton Ingram has established the Crafton Ingram Charitable Events Fund with the Rotary District 7300 Foundation. In the last year, at their request of that club, money was sent to the Rotary Foundation for the annual fund and the Rotary Foundation for Polio Plus. Additionally, money went to support payment of an LED sign for the Crafton Fire Department, again, in conjunction with a district grant. And this charitable events fund was replenished, that pro rata share from the district grant. They sent money, we sent money that we gave them to send to Shelter Box and to also support the Crafton Public Library. And why did they use this? Well, they got donations to 501c3s through their golf outing, and additionally could save sales tax. The Rotary Club of Fox Chapel has two funds with us. They have the Community Enrichment Fund, and they also a sub fund called Campaign 50 to celebrate their 50th anniversary. Because their fundraising projects were all canceled this year due to COVID, they've gotten donations from club members and others to try to raise $50,000 or more to support the organizations that they normally would have supported from their golf outing. And they also have a fund for international projects with our foundation. Why would clubs have these besides having a 501c3 and saving sales tax? Well, some clubs tell us they want to give our foundation the money so that their future officers, if they kept it, they would hope it wouldn't be spent for the wrong purposes. But if it comes to us, they're insured it will be spent for the purposes that they designate, and they won't change their minds. So this year, so far, the Fund for Enrichment Fund has supported the Sharpsburg Neighborhood Association for Share the Harvest Food Bank, Council of Three Rivers American Indian Center for the Elder Project Food Bank, Fox Chapel Area Land Trust, purchasing land to have a contiguous park from the Allegheny River to Beechwood Farms Nature Reserve. There's a scholarship fund throughout the North Hills area of Pittsburgh. It's called the A.W. Beatty Regional Rotary Scholarship Fund. And Fox Chapel is a big supporter of that, as are all the clubs out this way, whoever sends students to A.W. Beatty School. And this fund supported Cooper Siegel Library and COVID relief efforts to the Volunteers of America, Pennsylvania Society of St. Vincent de Paul, Backpack for Hunger, and Roots of Faith. Fox Chapel is a very, very active club, and they raised a lot of money, and it does a lot of great things. We, the Rotary District 7300 Foundation supported Kelly Riddle's Comedy for a Cure. This is a fundraiser to support research into pancreatic cancer. The money went to a 501c3 in California, which is the Pancreatic Cancer Network, but the fundraiser here wanted to be able to buy the, do the fundraiser without paying sales tax on everything. So that's what they accomplished. And a lot of us in the district went to this event, the last one that was held. But this year doesn't look like it's going to happen because of COVID, at least right now. The Beaver Rotary Club has what's called the Beaver Bed Project. Great project they've had for years. And this provides beds and bedding to children who have never had a bed or don't have their own bed. And what the Beaver Rotary Club does is they identify these needs. They contract with 2 local vendors in the Beaver County area to supply the beds. We get the bills, and we pay the bills and don't pay sales tax. Of course, the Beaver Rotary Club gets us the money to fund this, and then they make donor advised requests. The White Oak Rotary Club established the White Oak Global Initiative to fund a global grant. I think you saw that was mentioned by Jeff briefly. He touched upon that. That's sitting there waiting action. And the White Oak Rotary Club sent us money and established the White Oak Rotary Club Community Enrichment Fund for a proposed local project. Great Friends Charities is really interesting. Let me check my time here. Okay, I got to get going. This is a non-Rotary related matter, other than the fact that Dan Kravitz, our Rotary District 735 treasurer, is with Great Friends Charities. This is a group of alumni from Churchill High School, which has then merged into Woodland Hills High School. And basically, this group they raise money, they have a golf outing, they have other things, and they fund needs for alumni of Churchill High School or family of such alumni that run into really tough times. substantial problems with people with cancer that have lost jobs, that need payment of medical bills. And we've listed here many of the things they've done, paying for mortgages, paying for car payments, paying for property taxes, paying for medical bills, when there's just no other resource to go. And we even paid towards a funeral for one of them. Okay, Rotary District 7305, your own district. They run pets through our foundation, the Interact Conference, the district conference. If we had the district assembly last year, it would have come through this. Why? If these are in-person events, no sales tax would need to be paid because they are literally, truly educational events to educate all of us for charitable purposes. And this is a huge savings of money to you and your Rotary district in just saving the sales tax. Monroeville Rotary has a charitable events fund, and they used it through donor advice. We paid Edgewood Country Club for their gala fundraiser. Again, saved a lot of sales tax. Costco, where 8 iPads were purchased for Gateway School District third graders in lieu of hard copy dictionaries. Okay, Turtle Creek Rotary Satellite Club. They couldn't have their Kentucky Derby fundraiser this past year, but in the past, they've run that through us, again, to get 501c3 donations and to save sales tax. And they supported breast cancer research. Gladys Maharam, a dear person to many of us from Rotary District 7300, she passed away, and we established the Gladys Maharam Memorial Polio Eradication Fund. And that money was sent and then forwarded to Pat Schaefer, but people got their deductions right away. And Jim Hahn, past district governor, he ran the cigar smoker educational and social event at Burned by Rocky Patel last year, if you may recall. And this was run through our foundation to save sales tax. Parkway West Community Fund, and they also had a Mad Mex fundraiser where they raised money. They're on hold because of COVID, but they used our foundation for those purposes, and they're supporting rehabilitation of the historic Coriopolis train station. The Borough New Kensington Rotary Club puts on Rotorama, and this last year they were going to use our foundation, the Rotary District 7300 Foundation, for a person to donate a week's use of his vacation condominium in Myrtle Beach, and that person wanted a charitable contribution. We were prepared to do that, but that got put on the back burner. Turtle Creek Valley Rotary Dinner Dance Fund, they raised money from that. They used that to fund part of their global grant obligation. And the Roslyn Farms Community Enrichment Fund is a fund that doesn't have a Rotary connection. This was established by a local person who donates generously to this fund and gets matching donations from his employer. And he funds needs for Roslyn Farms or adjoining municipalities or school districts that don't have money for something. A couple years ago, this fund purchased a truck that there was no money to purchase for the municipality. You heard about the $2,500 district grant that was awarded for, mentioned past district governor Singh Ajmani. This is called the Smart Classroom Project in India. And a number of you on this line here today have provided individual donations to support this, to buy IT equipment that's going into a rural school classroom so that teachers can access content over the internet and teach the students. And a district grant was involved with that. Clearly, I'm almost out of time here, but if anybody has any questions, you can get my information, Stu Benson, off of the Rotary District 7305.org website. Just go to the Rotary District 7300 Foundation. There's a short write-up and then a link to a very detailed write-up I provided. We know a lot of clubs and the district has had to change events because of COVID this last year. So in some ways, having these restricted funds already in place provided money or access to receiving donations for a charitable purpose that the clubs wouldn't have otherwise had. And lastly, I just wanted to share that while our Rotary the Rotary District 7300 Foundation can charge by our bylaws up to a 5% handling fee. Our board of directors doesn't want to do that. What we have done is we are assessing only a 0.75% handling fee. That's 0.0075, which is pretty de minimis. And if it's a Rotary related matter, that's another subject that may even be disposed of in another fashion in the future without charge. We're working with the Rotary District 7305 Finance Committee and District Governor Al on that. We may be able to waive that fee as well. So thank you all. If there's any questions, I'll check the chat. We'll address them later, or look on our district website and get my contact information and give me a shout or an email. Thank you all.
Thank you, Stu. Thanks for the update on the Rotary District 7300 Foundation. So up next, we are going to have a jam-packed 25 minutes of a hot topic on all of our minds, membership. But up first, we have a brief Rotary video for your viewing pleasure.
I think I'm still on the camera. You can take me off.
All right, so we're gonna bypass the video for now and go right into the membership and see if we could come back for it.
Give me 1 second. I got to throw it back in with sound.
Yeah, and my camera's still on, so I think that might be part of it too.
Of action, we must broaden our reach and provide opportunities to all leaders in the community. Together, all of us can grow Rotary.
Okay, membership team, you are up.
Oh, thank you. Well, welcome. Since we have 82 clubs in 9 counties, we are people of action in any town. So we're going to have an opportunity to share with you in the next 25 minutes how we can impact your efforts in order to give you some sense of how is this going to flow. Well, first of all, we're going to bring up past District Governor Cherie Sears, and she's going to share some wonderful information about all the behind the scenes work we've been doing, and she has been spearheading, which has been some statistics we're going to share. We're going to talk about the scorecard, a quick overview on the playbook. What's this membership series all about, and why do I need to attend? And something that I think you're going to be quite impressed about. And then she's going to talk a little bit about some incentives and what we've been doing on the Rotary International Leads program. Okay, so Miss Cherie, please.
Good morning, everyone. As Linda said, I'm going to kind of give you an overview of where we started and where we are now and where we're headed. So I'm going to try and share my screen. I'm doing something a little different, and I hope this works. If not, we'll just talk through. Okay, here we go. I hope you can see all of this. As Linda said, we're going to talk about the scorecard. We're going to talk about Rotary International Leads and how those can help your club, the playbook, which everyone should have received, and then the membership summit, which will be coming up soon. The scorecard, that tells us how our clubs are doing. Now, I want to share with you that we do have some discrepancies between DAC-DB and Rotary International. It's a 56 number at this week. So if you know your club is doing much better than our scorecard shows, that's great. Make sure you're integrated with DAC-DB, that integrates with RI, and then hopefully the numbers will mesh and be appropriate and be correct. I did hear there was a little bit of an RI lag problem this week, so it's not always DAC-DB, it could be RI. So take these numbers with a grain of salt, please. But I want to share with you that, as Al mentioned earlier, we are down 2.81% for the first 6 months of the year. And I'm using the Rotary International numbers. So again, DAC-DB says we're 56 members higher. It's kind of hard, but if I go with one, I'm going to go with RI because I don't want to tell you everything's rosy and then you find out, oh no, my numbers were all wrong. Better.
We don't see your presentation, Cherie.
Pardon me?
I'm sorry to interrupt you. We don't see your presentation.
You don't see it. Okay, do you see me at all?
Yes, we see you currently. Your shared screen did not come through.
Okay, not sure why that is. Is there any button I need to push, or is that on your end to share my screen?
If that's on you, the green button that says share screen, then you have to pick the window that you want to share.
Hold on. I don't see it. I see speaker view. Okay, so I'm just going to talk to you. The scorecard, we are at 13 in our zone, 13 out of 21. And again, there's a bit of a shout out to a few clubs, and I'm going to share these with you because they're different size clubs. It's real easy to say Pittsburgh's done the best. They've gained 6 members. They're big. Well, the second place with 5 members is Forest Hills, and they went from 13 members to 18 members. Monroeville is a mid-sized club. They went from 36 to 41. Portage gained 4, 23 to 29. White Oak +4, mid-sized club 31 to 35. So all different size clubs are gaining members, even in a pandemic. And that's kind of exciting, I think. So it's encouraging for all of us. We just need to keep doing the things we know that work for membership. If you're not sure what works for membership, we can help with that too. We have Rotary International Leads. And the way that works, a candidate reaches out to Rotary International via the website. Then we get a district referral. That comes to me. And I contact Brian Schill from the membership committee, and Brian Schill then reaches out to the candidate and to clubs that are in the candidate's area, interest area. we need the clubs to follow through with these people, and I think most of you are. Then the last part is to circle back around. If you circle back around, you let us know what's happened with that member, potential member. Did they join? Were they really out in left field and it was not going to be a good fit no matter what? We have all kinds of people. Could we help with maybe getting them in another club, or are they just not maybe Rotary material? So, you know, as in calling from the jail or something. I don't know, but what I mean by that is let us know so that we can go back into Rotary and update, so it doesn't seem like we're not following up with these people. And we've had a good number this year, and those candidates, a good number of them have turned into Rotary members. So it's almost like a freebie. You don't have to go out and recruit them. They're coming to you saying, I'm interested. I want to join a service club like Rotary. The other things that we can help you with, the playbook. We put together the playbook because we wanted to give you lots of different ideas. It's not something that every club will use. You won't use everything in the playbook, but much like a football player, you learn the things that are appropriate for your position and what you need to be able to do for the team. So we hope you use it. If you need help from us, we're here to help. You're not alone. And we have a really strong team that will be glad to come and help you any way we can. The Membership Summit Series is what we have coming up. We've already heard the target audience. We want to expand that a little bit. We want you to bring your club champions. And Linda uses that term often, and I really like it because we all know there are those people in our clubs who get things done. We want those people to be a part of this Membership Summit Series, to hear these ideas, to hopefully be able to say, that's going to work for our club. Let's try this. Let's do that. They make things happen. Please get them involved with the Membership Summit. We also have an incentive from District Governor Al that there will be points for attending the Membership Summit that go towards Club of the Year. So if you're not registered yet, please get registered. On February 18th, the first session will kick off. That's going to be intentional membership strategies and engagement. We'll talk about the expectations of club leaderships. We'll talk about attrition and attraction. On 2/25, the following week, membership goal setting and membership engagement. We'll talk about failed strategies that clubs use over and over again that just historically have not shown results. And then we'll give you intentional strategies that have been proven to work that can help you. We'll take a week off because of pets. And then on 3/11, we'll return and we'll talk about Discover Rotary and membership growth plans. Club membership plans are incredibly important. If you don't know where you're headed, you don't know how to get there. And there will be tools for Discover Rotary, which is a way to have a meeting and let people know everything that's expected of them if and when they become a Rotary member. And the conversion rate on these, we have been told, is 50%. So if you invite 2 people to a Discover Rotary meeting, and this could be over coffee before a regular meeting, it could be after a meeting, 1 out of 2 is going to join because they're already interested. You've invited them, and then you give them what's expected. When people know the expectations, okay, it's not confusing. They don't get in for 6 months or 9 months and then find out nobody told me this, which often happens. So if you do a Discover Rotary right up front, you're telling them, here's what this is all about. Here's what we do. Here's what the foundation's about. Here's what we expect our members to do. And we'll have an actual demo of one of these events. On 3/18, we're going to talk about changing club culture. If what you're doing in your club isn't giving you the results you want, whether it's membership, whether it's the service projects you're doing, whether it's community involvement, whatever it is, if you're not getting the results you want, then something needs to change. And we're going to talk about what do you need to do to get your club where you want it to be. Our wrap-up meeting on 3/25 is putting it all together. We're going to be presenting using 10 proven strategies and talking about courageous club turnaround. And it really does take some courage to decide that there's a better way to do this, and it takes some rolling up your sleeves and really getting to work. So that's part of the courage, and we'll talk about that. And this whole series should inspire you and give you really good ideas, not just, oh, let's sit around and brainstorm. These ideas have been proven in other districts and they are working. So we really encourage you to sign up for that. And we're looking forward to it. We hope it helps to get membership on the uptick for the second half of this district year. Thank you, and back to Linda.
Thank you, Cherie. That was pretty impressive. I appreciate the effort you put into that. Well, talking about courageous club turnovers and strategies, I'd like to next introduce John Hartman to share a little bit about how plans are being put together for strategically growing small clubs, and how your contributions for what your clubs are doing can make a difference in our newsletters. John?
Thanks, Linda. Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to talk about two new features we have with the membership committee, and you can see so far that the membership committee has been very active. We're doing a lot of work behind the scenes and trying to establish a program that we think we can push out to the clubs and help the clubs with membership retention, membership growth, membership engagement, all of that. The first thing I wanted to talk about was an online course that we're in the process of completing now. We had developed a program that was used at RLI entitled Growing a Small Club. It met with a certain amount of interest. We dovetailed on that initiative, and we're currently revising the model to a program offering throughout the district, which will be provided online, addressing growing clubs generally, and in particular, growing small clubs. We think it'll help. We think it's needed, and we look forward to pushing that out and hope you will take a look at it. The second thing is on the newsletter is that the membership has been provided space in the monthly newsletter to discuss membership issues. We'll be providing articles and other related material on membership successes, stories relating to efforts underway to enhance membership across the district zone and RI. We also will be providing an updated scorecard on the status of the membership in the district. We'll be, in addition to whatever we'll be generating, because we'll be generating articles, we'll be looking for contributions, and we think this is important. We'll be looking for contributions from the clubs in the district, telling us what they're doing, how things are working out for them, initiatives that they've developed to enhance membership, and all things membership for inclusion in the newsletter. We want clubs to reach out, let the membership committee know what's going on so we can get it into the newsletter. We'd like to provide success stories, membership tips, links to membership related activities, all things membership. Our contributions will naturally include articles of interest published in Rotary's membership notes and other Rotary resources. And with that, if you come across a particularly interesting article relating to membership, please don't hesitate to share it with the membership committee so we can push it forward to the newsletter to get it out. So look for us in the newsletter. Look for us with the new course that we're completing. And with that, I'll push it back to you, Linda. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, John. All right, how many times in life when you've been doing projects, somebody says, go for? So sometimes you're the go for. But how about turning it around and you be the go-to? Let us be your resource that you go to. With the membership club, while we are the committee, we have 9 strong members, and I'll share that towards the end of this presentation. But maybe you sit there and you think, okay, what does that mean to me? What that means to you is that we are able to support your membership retention your new member orientation. We can guide you through the tools and the resources that you can tap into on our district website. We can lead you through the Rotary International tools. We can give you sources of information from newsletters on strategies and events in clubs that have been so successful. Innovative club advocacy is our next topic coming up. So that's something that'll be shared by Mary Berg and some of the platforms they're putting together to collaborate with bringing in new ideas and new cause-based opportunities. So we have a Goodwill Ambassador program. Well, what's that mean to me? That means you can tap us. You can have us come to your club, support your events, help you with your hybrid presentations, your virtual outreach. We can become a speaker for your club. And you can tap us if you're meeting in a hybrid environment. We'll certainly do our best to be able to make it work as you best desire us to participate. With that in mind, I want to keep on track and keep the flow going. And I'd like to now turn it over to Mary Berg, who's going to talk about our innovative club advocacy processing. Mary.
Thanks so much, Linda, and it's my pleasure to be here. So for many, many years, the membership committee has been tasked with so many duties, not just to help clubs continue with membership recruitment, but to also invigorate clubs to become more relevant and to continue to keep members. They were also tasked for many years to help develop new clubs. Well, this past year, our president, Holger Kanak, decided that that was really just too much to ask of one committee. So Holger asked all of the zones and districts to instead to develop a separate subcommittee that would just focus on helping new clubs to grow. RI also developed a whole slew of new types of innovative clubs to make Rotary more flexible. And that's why we showed you that Anytown video to start with, because that's what it's about. Not everyone fits into our traditional club models. Not everyone can go to lunch on a Wednesday or a Tuesday or breakfast on a Monday. Not everyone has the affordability of joining some clubs, and some clubs just don't fit what other people want from service or from being involved in a humanitarian group. Thus, the development of innovative clubs. So there are 8 types of clubs now in Rotary. We have our traditional clubs, which most of us belong to. Those are what we sort of refer to as legacy clubs. They are traditional in the sense that they usually meet in brick and mortar establishments, have a meal, listen to speakers, and do service projects together. But now there are also other types of club. There are passport clubs. A passport club would attract members who mostly travel a lot and can't really make a traditional meeting, but they still want to participate in Rotary. So when you're in a passport club, you mostly meet online, but you also allow your members to attend other Rotary clubs and service projects and then report back to the passport club. We have e-clubs. These e-clubs are primarily meeting online, of course, hence the term E. We do have an e-club here in our own district. We also have alumni clubs now. An alumni club would be mostly made up of some form of traditional Rotary alumni. And Joe Pizor is going to be talking to you a little bit here about what's happening in that area here shortly. Then we have cause-based clubs. So a cause-based club, it's basically made up of members who are passionate about a particular cause or focus. And so they focus their efforts in that particular area. For instance, the environment, veterans causes, education, whatever it may be. We also have now corporate clubs. So this might be a club that members are mostly from the same employer or group. And then we, of course, have Rotaract clubs and satellite clubs. So those are the 8 types of clubs that are traditional now in Rotary. A satellite club, just so you know, only requires 8 members to charter. Now, a satellite club is a Rotary club that is sponsored by a traditional club, but with its own meetings and its own projects, its own bylaws and board. But it's still sort of an arm of a brick and mortar or traditional legacy club. And again, that only requires 8 members to charter. The rest still do require 20 members, although Rotary Act has no requirement regarding chartering. So at this point, now that you know a little bit about a history of the ICA, or what we're calling the Innovative Club Advocacy Teams, there are 7 members on our team here in District 7305, and one of my counterparts is Joe Pizor. He is on the team. And I'd like to turn it over to him to tell you a little bit about what we are doing currently on the ICA team and what we hope for our future. I'm also going to put my email into the chat box in case you have further questions. Take it away, Joe.
Thank you. Can everybody hear me okay? We all good? Great. I wanted to go over the here and now and kind of where we're at with our new innovative clubs. So we've had some very good progress the past 6 months with these clubs. So Felicia, one of our public image chair for the district, has launched an e-club that has had tremendous success. Latrobe is starting a satellite club. Washington is starting a satellite club. RMU is starting a veterans cause-based club, which is wonderful. We have an alumni club. Mary is pulling together her Rotary Youth All-Stars, and one of our asks to the district is if you have some Youth All-Stars that are in that 20 to 30 age range, can you please get those contact us so we can reach out to them? We are also looking for a person to help start a district passport club. So like Mary mentioned, those passport clubs are very unique. Typically there's one to a district, kind of like normally there's one e-club to a district. But if you are interested in that model, we are looking for somebody to kind of pick up that torch and help us chair that. What's the future for this? I see a very bright future for this. I see more excitement over some of these concepts to bring these folks that have been reinvigorated with civic leadership and service due to the pandemic back into our folds, and our clubs are much better suited for it. I don't know the last time I would have ever seen a Rotary Club meet online, but it's wonderful to see all this excitement about it. So if you are interested in mentoring a new club, have a person at your club that would maybe want to help learn more about this, if you would like somebody from our committee to come speak, or you just have some questions, reach out. So I think I might have done it under 2 minutes. Did I get it?
You're doing just fine, Joe. I'm not sure how many minutes left, but
Well, that's all we have, Linda. So back to you.
thanks, Mary. Okay, so there you hear. It's been brief. It's been to the point. We have so many tools and resources that we can support your efforts in the field. You are the people of action. You have opportunities to do a simple asking for someone to know the gift of Rotary. But in case you need a whole lot more support and a whole lot more ideas, you have us to tap. There are 9 on our committee. All the government leadership stream on there with Al and Vince and Marie and John and Cherie and myself, Brian Schill, Robin Vitak, Dan Dougherty is supporting. Dennis Piper has been very supportive over the years, with Mary coming on board with the ICA approaches and their platform, Joe Pizor. We're all in this together. All of us are in the membership committee. So I'd like to thank all of my comrades and colleagues and relationships that we've been building, and asking that you remember we're here for you. Over to you, Marie.
Great. Thank you, membership team. This has been very informative. You are our resources, and we're just going to segue real quick into more people of action. Joe's going to stick around, and our powerhouse, Felicia Mysick, is going to be talking about the image that we put out there. It's all you.
Me? All me? Right now? This is awesome. All right, everybody. Hi, I'm Felicia. And where's Joe at? Joe, what's up? Unmute yourself. Come on board. Let's talk.
Let's do this thing. I have
Let's
been
do-
stoked for this all morning, lady. This is awesome.
Yes. So Joe, I would love for you to be able to tell everybody, what is public image?
Well, folks, I mean, how we present ourselves in Rotary is a major deal. And the fact that we are now back up and running, I think, and doing some serious good work in the world, as we always have, but now getting more light onto that is even more important. And as we heard from our membership committee, people are jazzed up about Rotary and doing good stuff and coming back together, really, I think. And how we show that to the people around us is seriously important. And I know Felicia's going to go through a lot of the stuff you can do, but it's important that we do this all together so we're all showing the same thing. Ma'am?
Ma'am? Joe, why are you
You hang
turning me
out with
this?
Santonio Holmes, Felicia. I can't like hang with you anymore. You're like way too like up here. Her E-Club had Santonio Holmes come the other day. So anyway, but
Okay, well, everybody, first thing I want to know is I'm going to put something on the screen right now. I'm going to put a poll up. Can you do me a huge favor and tell me how your club is actually meeting? There's a poll on your
girl
screen.
got jokes. She got jokes.
I don't have, some people maybe like meeting telepathically. I mean, I don't know. I'm just curious.
I think Dr. Burr could help us with that, with the psychology. She said.
Yes. She's sending me messages right now.
Oh, I can't, I lose my vote because of my seat in office. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to end the poll right now. So check this out, everybody. Let's share results. So we are right now currently meeting. 49% of the people who are on right now are meeting virtually. 29% of you guys are meeting both virtually and in person. Nobody's meeting telepathically. That completely ruins my day. But if you're not meeting, I'm wondering who's all not meeting, and maybe that's the other portion of it. And if you're not meeting, you know, is there another club that maybe you can get to? But that's what's going on right now. When we think of public image, are clubs actually even meeting? We want to start with that question. You know, how are you, you know, Rotary was there and then all of a sudden it's not there. We're in the now of COVID-19. How do you get involved? So I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad to know that some of you are not meeting. Maybe check out an E-Club right now. Maybe check out membership and say, hey, is there a place that I can go talk to your assistant governor, reach out to those people and maybe find out how you can get back into Rotary and how maybe bring membership or bring public image down there to help your club get onto the virtual meetings. But it's really interesting to see where everybody's at. All right, so I want to know my next poll. Let's go with the next poll. How are you guys connecting with the community? How is your club connecting with the community? So if you're not, if
This
you're
would be like actively, if you're actively using this thing, not once a year. Or less than that. I mean, if you're actively using this or you have it, right?
you know what, they might be, no, this is anything. This is how you
Anything
connect.
you do. Yeah, because we
Right.
like those carrier pigeons down in Washington County. I'm just saying.
That's what I figured. That's why I put that on here, Joe. I was like, you know what, when I was thinking of a poll, I'm like,
Down,
who?
if it gets further south,
Joe.
you need a goat because it's very hilly, very hilly.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
I'm curious to see what feedback we get from these active. How many did you say we have on the call right now?
We have, well, we're live on Facebook too. But right now, who's on Zoom with us? We're about 71 on Zoom with us right now.
For those that have been out there that have been helping us with checking in with the clubs recently, that has been very helpful. So for those active helping us with this cause, it's been very helpful. So what'd you get on that poll?
We're hitting at, I'm gonna share the results right now. We're hitting 74% people are connecting with the community via social media. 72% word of mouth. I would not expect everybody everybody, we need word of mouth. That's good.
That's a good idea.
All right. Okay, we're gonna do one more poll and then I'm gonna go ahead into a few other things, all right? Is your club posting on social media? Now, this is where I want to know if how recent are you doing it? Are you doing it more than once a month, less than once a month? You're not doing it at all? And just let you know, you can't, no lying, because I've already checked. I went through all 82 clubs this morning just to see this morning where we were at. Couple more seconds. All right. Okay, 53% of our clubs are saying, or 53% of you who are on here right now are saying that you're posting on social media at least twice a month. Some are not doing, 21% are not. All right, and I'm gonna go into detail. What is social media? That person is my favorite person on this call today. And I lied, I'm gonna do one more because I gotta gather information. I need to know what's going on before we really get into this conversation. What social media platforms is your club currently using right now? And you can, if it's multiple, I want to know multiple, but what ones are you currently using? Let's go. Good looking good. Numbers are going up. I am shocked on how many people are using the yellow pages still. Completely shocked, Joe. Joe, are you old enough to know what the yellow pages are?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 36.
So you at least knew you could sit on one then.
I could sit on one, yeah.
You didn't use it as your main form of, where is the plumber at? All right. I need to find a plumber.
I'm curious on the TikTok. I'm curious what other lower or newer platforms are getting used, if any.
Yeah, well, here we go. No clubs are using yellow pages. I am completely proud of all of you. Give yourselves a round of applause. So we have 95% of our clubs or the people who are on this call are using Facebook. One out of one person said they're using Instagram. 14% are using LinkedIn. And 17% are saying other. So I would love, if you're using a different form, please put it in the chat. I want to know what the others are. All right, so now you probably are wondering, why would public image care about all of those things? And this is where I have to come out and be completely and totally real with all of you. Public image, think about that. That is your branding. That is how you are letting everybody know who you are. If you are not getting out there, how are you getting out there in this now? Before, it was okay, you could just go ahead and send a pigeon out with a message. Now it'd be like sending a drone to your neighbor, right? But how are you doing it right now? How are you and your club getting the word out that Rotary exists? We can have signs, we can have billboards, we can have t-shirts, we can do all those things. Newspapers. I went to go get a newspaper the other day. I couldn't even figure out how to find a newspaper. I went into a gas station. They didn't even have it at the front anymore. You literally have to go to Sheets, try to find a newspaper. It is in the back behind the candy on the bottom shelf. So newspaper isn't it. When I'm on the internet, everybody's on the internet now. So how is your club reaching people in the now? In the now, we have to really understand that. I went through all of our clubs this morning. And out of the 82 clubs, I found 69 clubs on Facebook. 69 of them are on Facebook. Out of the 82 clubs, I want to challenge the entire district to make sure that they are on our social media, some way, somehow. I'm going to show you my screen. I'm going to share this with you guys because this matters to me. It's little data. It's not that much fun, but at the same time, it's interesting if you think about it, because if we're really talking to people saying, hey, we want you to join our club. We want more membership. If I come to your club and I'm trying to find you and I can't find you on the website, I can't find you on Facebook, I can't find you on TikTok, I can't find you anywhere, there's no life happening in your club. I have no clue that you really exist. if you're not even in the community, letting me know that you exist. Some of your clubs, I was looking at who's posting. I have 69 clubs out of the 82 clubs that are actually posting on Facebook. And out of those 69, we had a decent amount that posted in January, just this month. I'm very proud of the clubs that posted this month. But we have a whole lot of clubs. You look 2015, there's a club that the last time they posted something to let the world know that they are vibrant and they are active and they are people of action was 2015. Come on, people, do you hear me? 2015, 2016, 2017, it is 2021. I expect all 82 clubs to be on social media because we need to let people know that we're available and we're here and there is life within Rotary. I need to be able to log on because that is the now that we live in. And in the now that we live in is we're digital. And I need to be able to say, excuse me, Siri, can you do me a favor and look up this event that's happening? I need to be able to go on and say, hey, Google, pull up this. I need to find you. And if I can't find your club online, is your club really existing? And I know that's sad to say, but this is where we are in the now. People are looking for you in the now. Rotary gives you a lot of resources. I'm not even looking for I'm looking for you to post on your site to say, hey, we meet once a month or we meet twice a month. Here's a picture. Every single one of you has a cell phone. You're all watching this through a digital format. Some of you watching it live. Some of you are watching it at home on your laptop, your cell phone, your tablet. Some of you might be really big and has it projected on a screen somewhere, but you're watching it from some type of device. You have the capability of posting on your own social media, sharing with the world what we're doing. Also, the other thing I checked is how many people are actually displaying the master logo. Some of you heard me talk before. One wheel, one color. That's our branding truly matters. Who we are matters. If we show the same, if we show everybody that we're the same, everywhere we go, they all know that we're Rotary. We are Rotary. We are the same people. We have the same thought process with the same, help me out, Joe. We have the same common interests. Service above self, people of action, display the right logo. Some of you, 14% of you guys had old logos on there. 9% of them had the old theme on there. 6% was missing everything. I'm happy that we had a great group that was up there that had almost everything on there. Now, we have 39 clubs that actually have their own website. Some of them, the links were bad. So, but 39 out of the 82 clubs, they have their own website. So what I'm asking you to do is make sure that you have content that is active. And when I think of content, I look at clubs like Murraysville. They are amazing on social media. Carnegie Collier, they're actually using Facebook and paying to have ads out there. They can do their own, I'm gonna stop sharing this. They can do their own ads. How amazing is that? They're like, can you think of a commercial? Like back in the day, commercial, you will watch TV and a commercial will show up. Now it's like you're on social media and an ad pops up and you might want to skip it, but it's Carnegie Collier talking about what they're doing. Murraysville is just like every day they're making it rain with content. Honestly, I need all of you to make it rain with content every single day. Post something that's happening in your thing. Rain produces life. Life in Rotary means content. So with all of that, that's the only thing I have to say. That's what I need you guys to do. Make it rain content on your social media pages. And you put it on Facebook, you can actually pay to get those ads on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. They'll put the ads everywhere just by having one Facebook page. And if you don't know how to do that, contact Public Image, contact membership team. Somebody will be here to help you through it. Joe, you want to add anything?
Yeah, I think those are awesome points, Felicia, and I appreciate the work on the club audit. I think that going through your club every year, like you said, is a good idea. Make sure your links work. Make sure that the branding, the logo, the current theme is up to date. Consistency, right? It seems like the consistency is the big thing that we're pushing for here. It seems some of the feedback I've been getting is folks are it's kind of, they're strapped for content. So there are some resources we have for you. A lot of you guys do newsletters, but you don't post it to your Facebook site. That's a standing piece of content every week for your meeting. There's a lot of content on our Rotary 33, 34 zones. I help serve on that committee, and there is a ton of resources, on DACDB in the files section, as well as in the zone websites. But make sure you get in the brand center and find your public image team. So make a team. It's not one person. Felicia can't, nobody can do everything on their own. So it takes a team of people to do this. But those are really good points, man, Felicia. And I think that I appreciate all the work on that. But she's like Santa Claus, folks. She has made a list now, and she seems to be checking it twice. So I would be very watchful of the big brother, big sister.
So what I'm going to do is all the pages that I went over, I'm going to give this to your AGs, your assistant governors. Your assistant governors are going to be able to go through it. And if you're a president and you would like to talk with me, send me a message, send Joe a message, send membership a message. We will help you with all of that. And I'm going to send one more poll, because I can't go out without understanding and knowing what you're going to work on moving forward. Because do you have public image within your club? Is somebody sitting there saying, is our name the same on our t-shirts, on our signage in the neighborhood? Is our name the same on our newsletter? Is our name the same on our Facebook? Or is it all different in every way? Do we even have a website? Are we using DACDB? Are we using our own website? How are we doing this? Are we using social media? Are we on, is everybody doing the TikTok dances now as your club? I saw one club even put Bernie Sanders in one of their posts this year, and I thought that was awesome. I wanted to give you guys a shout out. But what are you doing to make sure that everybody knows you're alive? And lastly, are you using DACDB just to let us all know what's going on? So here's a poll. I want to know, what will you start working on for the remainder of this Rotary year?
So Felicia, while they're filling that out, who are your top 3 clubs in the northern part of the district? Who are your top 3?
Oh my goodness, you're not going to put me on a spot.
Oh man, I'm trying to pick mine now out of the south side. South side's the strong side. We got good stuff going on down there. But
south side is the strong side. You know who's the strong side? My home club. No.
That E club is rocking and rolling. Not everybody had. Who's the next one to get a Steeler? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Well, no, you know what I'm gonna say? I already brought out my 2 Rockstar clubs right now, which would be Murraysville. They are amazing. They're on LinkedIn and they're on Facebook. Being on LinkedIn is amazing, because you know who's on LinkedIn? All these younger people who are saying, I would like a job and I would like to be known for my skill set.
Yep.
By all means, those people want to network. They want to be there. Get on LinkedIn,
Right.
And I love Carnegie Collier, because they're sitting there saying, look, we want to be amazing and provide service above self, but we need to make sure that we're reaching more people than who's just on Facebook. And they're knowing that when you advertise on Facebook, you could also push that out everywhere else. So I know I'm probably going over my time, but I just want to say thank you guys so very much.
Let's see what we got here.
Share results.
Just real quick: Indiana, Midday, Johnstown, McMurray, Somerset, Uniontown, Westmoreland. You rock.
My goodness, Joe, you gonna bring it out?
That's what you guys rock. Hey, listen though, here's one thing I would share though. This is a constant process, and nobody's websites or anything is perfect. So we're all trying to get there. We're not mad at anybody about your master brand logo, whatever. But if you got questions and you think, hey, I don't think this looks like everybody else's, or this doesn't look like Rotary's website, holler and we will help you. Like, we're here to help guide you to where it is. But there's like Rotary, there's so many resources out there. We will get you what you need. So
my favorite thing out of this poll is 45% of people are going to add public image to your club discussion. And that's the main thing that can ask. And you know what? I should have asked, who's going to make it rain content? All right. I need everybody to make it rain some content. Exactly. Fill me out with that. All right. All right, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for your time. Marie, back to you.
Oh my gosh. If you are not inspired to go and look on your website, your Facebook, your Instagram, your TikTok, you guys have certainly gave us a lot to think about. Thank you so much. And we go from people of action, Felicia and Joe, to the powerhouse of Polio Plus, Miss Pat Schaefer. And that was a lot of P's. Pat, it's up to you.
Yes, give me 1 second. We have to pull Pat Schaefer up. Marie, can you give us one story right now on like what social media has done with you while we're pulling her up? Or
Oh my
pulling Pat
gosh,
up?
just through content of the Facebook pages that I've seen, a lot of clubs did events for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, for Martin Luther Day, the beginning of January. Our club paired up with the Pittsburgh Glass Center, and we put a glass mosaic up. They did it. We put it, all the master branding and correct logos. It got great publicity. Don't forget to use hashtags when you post. Hashtag who you're working with so that they can pick it up. You know, share ideas, exchange ideas. You help people help you work together.
Wonderful. And if you have any questions while we're here, can you please put those in the chat? We're all watching the chat and we'll be able to answer them that way.
There's a
All
very
right,
good, hold on real quick. There's a really good one. They had asked about website. So there are a few options for websites. There are two main players, Club Runner, DACDB. We would appreciate if you use DACDB. It integrates better. Real quick. Sorry that somebody threw that in there.
Actually, I addressed that. We'll be talking, Dan and I will be talking about that in our section. So thanks, Joe.
Thanks, buddy.
But we will talk about all the various options you have for a website and so forth. Thank you.
All right, Pat, you're up.
Okay. Can you hear me? I guess. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You're good to go, dear.
Okay, dear. I want to tell you something. This is a terrible person to follow, such a cheerleader as Felicia. My God, she is phenomenal, psyching us all up. And I do not have a lot of statistics since my boss, Jeff Klink, covered a lot of them. But I did want to put out to everybody a thank you to the Rotarians and clubs who have supported polio so wonderfully this year to make us really look good. And I think there's only one thing Jeff Klink did miss. We are #1 in per capita giving for polio in our zone, which is another plus. And hopefully we'll keep it up. We have a few more clubs and people to donate. And as I was told a long time ago, being a member of Rotary is like being a member of a church. So what is the foundation? You put money in the church basket and you put money into the foundation. And Owen's Odyssey is really bringing us a lot of good PR and a lot of, good PR as well as income for polio. And we're going to keep it up. And I'm not going to take up any more time because I'm going to give Owen extra time to talk about Owen's Odyssey.
All right, Miss Pat, thank you so much for your update. And talking about a person of action is a great segue for this young man, Mr. Owen Stanley, and he is going to entertain us as well and tell us about his journey through Owen's Odyssey. Owen, welcome.
Hello. Thank you. I'm tickled and quite pleased to be here and excited to share Owen's Odyssey. For anyone that's not up to speed, I'm going to do something crazy, and I have my girlfriend Miscellaneous with me. So for anyone that can tolerate about 90 seconds of entertainment, just like 70s, TV programming, everything you need to know about my project, you can learn from the theme song. So we got. This is a story about a guy named O who wants to see humanity free of polio. In 2021, you can be part of this tale, raising funds as he hikes the Appalachian Trail. The Green Tunnel, that is, the Wild East, the AT. Polio, that's still a thing. Sadly, yes, it's true. For every dollar raised, Billy gives another two. 2,200 miles, Owen's Odyssey. Hike for polio, going down in history. The second human disease to be eradicated. How can this be done but with friends in Rotary? Folks from all around like a happy family. Service above self, that's the motto and the plan. Be sure to like and follow this charming Instagram. Yin's come back now, you hear. So, I plan on doing the entire Appalachian Trail, Georgia to Maine, 2,200 miles, and I'm going to try to do that in 100 days or less. We'll see if I can make it. But with that said, it's to draw attention to polio eradication. Hey, Mr. Pizar, Joe's got his End Polio Now buff. Thank you so much for showing and supporting that. It's to draw attention to polio eradication. It's to draw attention to what Rotary does. We've been talking about polio eradication for a very long time, decades and decades, but we have yet to complete this task. And part of my objective is to help bridge, go over those barriers outside of our Rotary circles, outside of the realms of polio, whether it's polio survivors or people that work in immunization campaigns. The general public just does not understand. They're not aware. It's not their fault. And it's kind of a public image thing, just to dovetail off of the last presenters, that the public doesn't know what they don't know. We have to present that information. And this is a fun vehicle so that people can engage with Rotary, engage in our efforts to eradicate polio, make the world a better place, and hopefully we can attract membership. I do have aspirations. We can improve our membership numbers, regionally. It's not specific to just the Pittsburgh D7305. We want to show people that Rotary can be creative, active, engaging, inventive. That's what this is about. I am happy to report that to date, we have raised over $29,000. $29,000 for polio eradication, and that's because of you folks. I can say without hesitation that 27.5 of that is from the Rotarians of this district. It's because of your generosity. I'm not sure if we're gonna have some slides up or not, but I'm not sweating it because PowerPoint's a crutch. But I'll be happy if they pop up. I can fall back on those. Hey, thank you very much. Look at those pretty little ferns in the background. I took those photos. I'm guilty of taking B-roll whenever I'm out there in the wild, out in the bush. So my website for anyone that wants additional information is hikeforpolio.org. I use that for all of my branding, Hike for Polio. If you want to find me on Facebook, use that symbol, Hike for Polio. If you want to find me on Twitter, Hike for Polio. Instagram, Hike for Polio, TikTok at Hike for Polio. And I have recently set up a YouTube account, which I will be placing a lot of my trail videos while I am out there, out in the wilderness, doing the Appalachian Trail, 25 miles every day. I'll be getting lots of video footage, and I will be posting that on YouTube for the world at large to vicariously live out this adventure. I am very floored. I need to get more practice with this, but I want to give a big thank you to my sponsor for the Trail GoPro, Forte Financial Inc. Contact Forte Financial Inc. for investment questions, or if you have issues with payroll, Forte Financial Inc. So thank you to Rick Martin and your team for sponsoring this, and for all videos I make with this GoPro. At the beginning of every video, there's going to be a little jingle, little ad kind of a thing. There's other opportunities for other avenues of advertising if there's sponsors that wish to get involved. We're only limited by our imagination. Yeah, we're over $29,000. We continue to have a match through our district. That our district has Paul Harris Fellow points available, and if you give money, the district will match them. The district would like to see increments of $100. I like to see extra zeros, but this is for charity. This is I can't force anybody to do anything. But at the same time, we appreciate your participation. We appreciate your generosity, because these efforts is what's going to move the needle so that we can close the gap to create a polio-free world. So when we're talking about the Paul Harris Fellow Points, you could just send a check straight to Evanston for the Rotary Foundation, and they'll give you points dollar per dollar. But if you send your check to Pat Schaefer will give you points on your money, and then she'll send it to Evanston, and then you'll get extra points. So you'll get double points. the big things that I want to encourage for this project: donate. If you have not already donated, encourage others to donate. You can also help with trying to find a sponsor, asking friends. I engage with the public through my fundraising job. I took a job as a waiter at the local restaurant so that everything I make at the restaurant is to finance my trips so that I can be financially independent to not work for 3 months to go hike. And when I'm talking to the general public, I explain, if you're talking brass tacks, talking just the vaccine so that a child will never get polio, it's about 60 cents. And with the Gates Foundation, where they give us 2 to 1, if you give $1 and Gates gives $2, we now have $3 divided by 60 cents. My English degree tells me that 5 children will never get polio. And that goes really far, because you could spend $1 on a fast food sandwich at some drive-through and congest your heart, or you can give $1 so that 5 kids will never get polio. And it's just, for me, that's profound to acknowledge how far $1 can travel based on where you put it. So donate if you can, encourage others. If you know anyone that'd be interested in sponsorships, buy a buff, as many of the district members have. Thank you to the people who have. Thank you to Joe. Thank you to Dan. Thank you to Lane Neff. Thank you to the folks who have bought a buff. I still have plenty of buffs in supply. You can go to the website. $30 will cover shipping and processing fees, and the donation to polio, all the profit, it goes to polio eradication. And if you need to get a hold of me, go to my website. The last thing I can ask, it's kind of the PR piece, and that's assistance with getting the message out there so that we can deliver this information to people outside of Rotary. Again, if you see my content, I would appreciate if you would follow the page, the social media channels, to engage with the content, to like, to comment, and to share it. Yeah, buffs. So make sure to spread that around, because whenever you share it from your personal page, it's visible to people that you're friends with that I'm not, and that's going to help the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon and get it out to the universe. Because if we're successful in growing a small swell of people supportive of this project, just maybe we can have Owen's Odyssey on YouTube's Hot Ones. It's an interview program. I highly encourage that you look it up. Hot Ones. It is a program where they eat hot wings, and it's very entertaining. And I've been writing to them, but I'm just one guy screaming into the ether asking for them to put me on their show. But if we have 1,000 people on social media giving them a poke saying, hey, put Owen on your show, put Owen on your show, they might just listen. It has nothing to do with me, loving spicy food. It has everything to do with my willingness to compromise my gastrointestinal system to be promoting polio eradication. So if I have any amount of time, I think I might have 2-3 minutes. If there's any questions, I'll be happy to field some questions. Not sure, but at the very least, we can always appreciate that while I'm out there in the field, I can be playing some tunes from mountaintops, which can always include that I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles who fall down at your door. Enough silliness. Make sure. Yep. No, not so much for the questions. Marie, do you have any song requests?
I mean, you missed the refrain of that song. Die.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. 3, 4.
Die.
You did have one quick question. What's the hardest part of your training?
Hardest part of my training, it's a mental game. You do encounter the physical strains. Your muscles get tired. You need to replenish with electrolytes and water, but it's mental. It's because you're always boredom really falls into place. But I got plenty of things to keep me occupied, and I have the trail broken up into 75 and 100 mile sections so that someone is to be meeting me to help with resupply, to get to town, to get groceries, to shower, that kind of stuff. And so imagining it now is like these 3-4 day hikes that are just back to back to back. It's a little bit easier rather than just like, when will it end? No, I have very specific points that I want to try to meet. And that's going to be helpful. And I really do think about, you know, who this is for, the cause, the people that weren't fortunate to be vaccinated, that live day to day crawling on their wrists because they don't have access to medical assisted devices, because, you know, they just never were vaccinated. Their lives are far more hard and challenging than, oh, I decided to go for a walk in the woods. I genuinely think about this project as a metaphor, especially considering that I've made it a 100-day challenge, that there's a very clear path. We're using the exact same blueprint that they use for eradicating smallpox. Everyone needs to have the vaccine so that the virus does not have a human host to exist. And the Appalachian Trail, it's clearly marked, Georgia to Maine. You just keep following the path. We know where it is. It can be long and boring and tiring and cold, but despite whatever complaints we have, if we're going to actually follow through on what our goal is, we got to push through. And it's been how many decades that we started on this? We need to finish. We need to close this up. We need to change the world. And that's why I'm trying to push through for 100 days.
Awesome.
I think my time's up. I appreciate it.
Awesome.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you so much for singing us, telling us your story. And we cannot wait to follow you on what? Hike for Polio, right? That's it, right?
Hike for Polio, over
Hike
and over.
for Polio.
Thank you for tolerating my
Make sure you reach
shenanigans.
out to Owen and schedule him as a guest speaker. He would love to be on your list.
Yeah, time's running out. I start the trail March 9th.
TikTok, TikTok.
The buff, we had a question that came in about buff. Can you put the link in the chat for everybody to know where to find the information about the buff, Owen?
Sure, that's on my website, but I'll type it.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks again, Owen. Talk about taking action. So up next, you know them, you love them. They probably sent you an email about integrating your club on DACDB. Dennis Piper, Dan Doherty.
One or two.
All right. So at this point, I need everybody to get their snacks out because it's just a little before lunch. So if you need some, stop over. I will throw some out the window to you. Socially distancing snacking is allowed. So I'm going to share my screen. But today, what Dan and I are going to cover very briefly, and I do apologize because, you know, there's just so much wealth of information when it comes to the technical elements or the opportunities for, you know, sources to the district. So with that, I'm going to bring this over here and we're going to start this. So basically, Dan, good. Can you see that end?
I can. You have something blocking it. If you have any windows for Zoom open, you might have to close them.
Yeah, let me minimize that. Where are you? There we go. Move that over here. All right. So is that better, Dan?
It's still showing on my end. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know why that's showing over there. That's interesting. I moved that. Okay.
But we see enough of it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean the header. So we will go real quickly through tools and areas of communication. And Joe did a wonderful job talking about social media and all the things that really can grow your. Our goal today is just really show you in a nutshell some resources that are out there, what they mean, and how you can utilize those. First and foremost, we have the DACDB. As you've heard today, DACDB is the new platform that we started using this year. We used to use the previous
Club Runner.
Yeah, we used to use Club Runner, and there were a lot of resources were not available to us in Club Runner. You had to pay certain fees to get those features. DACDB was written by Rotarians and has a lot more resources available to it. And we're going to briefly go through some of those key resources. There's also a mobile version, as you see on your screen, the m.dacdb.com. There's also the district website, which we have just recently updated, and we're really excited about that, and I will show you some of that shortly. And then last but not least, My Rotary or Rotary.org. Lots of resources at all three of these places. Again, there are many other resources as far as district leadership and so forth, but we are going to cover these key areas real quick here this morning. Dan, anything you want to add to this?
Not yet.
Okay, Dan's over there snacking. I heard that potato chip bag. All right, let's go. We're going to get started, and this Dan and I, these two handsome gentlemen, are at your disposal. So if you aren't sure exactly how DACDB works, how do I get involved, or somebody asked a question about being able to have a website in DAC, or do I need a website in DAC, or how can I do that? You know, any of those technical questions. The only thing we don't do are dishes. I don't know about Dan. Do you do dishes, Dan? I'm keeping you on track
Not
here.
at all. Not at all.
But anyhow, we really want to help you guys out. And there's a lot going on in all of our lives right now. So reach out to us. There's our numbers. If you send that email to IT@RotaryDistrict7305.org, we both will get that and we will get back to you. And again, those are our cell phone numbers. So unless we're sleeping or crying that the Super Bowl doesn't include the Steelers, we will answer your phone. So please reach out to us on that. So real quick, mobile DACDB will work on your your phone, your iPad, or whatever. You just type that in and then you sign in. Now, you don't need your club number unless you're a president or leadership, because it will give you some additional functions. But if you don't remember your login, there are opportunities to get that reset. Certainly call us. We can help you get in and get that information back. Once you do get signed into the mobile, and again, this is the mobile version, you have a plethora of resources available to you. You can see, all the clubs, your club, clubs in the area. You can see your membership. How many times have you said, boy, I wish I had so-and-so's phone number or so-and-so's email, or, I'd like to know a little bit more information about things going on around me. Well, here are all the various things that are free. And I can't explain that enough, free to you with the DACDB, especially the mobile app. So if you're like our club members and you go, Dennis, what's so-and-so's phone number? What's so-and-so's email? And Dennis goes, Dave, I just gave you that like yesterday. I can say, Dave, it's in your DACDB mobile app as well as the website. So now this is at your fingertips. All right. So again, just a little bit, DACDB, it's designed for clubs to basically manage your database. And it allows you to kind of keep track of what's going on, who's what, where, and so forth. And you'll see the little box there is sort of the DACDB thing. So you can manage membership information, communicate with, it also communicates with RI, which we'll talk real quickly about.
Stop your share and reshare real quick, Dennis.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, on your screen, stop your screen share, then restart it again.
Oh,
it didn't advance when you advanced.
Where
did I see what you're saying?
My screen share, where did you go?
There, I stopped it.
There.
Reshare it again.
Okay. Sorry about that, folks. All right, screen one, and let's do this.
There's a little bit of irony that the technical guys had the technical.
I know. Well, I get so excited sometimes I forget. All right, how's that, Dan?
You're good.
All right. So you'll see a little blurb about it, but basically it's a great place for you to manage information. And we're going to touch base real quickly on a couple of those things that will be beneficial to you and your club. All right. So let's go back to the DACDB website. This is actually now the website. Once you get signed in, you'll have a lot of information at your fingertips. Now you'll see some tabs that you won't see, but I know as basically the guy who Dan and I have more privileges. So again, we can help you with that. But when you click on your website, you're going to see a bunch of great things. So first of all, when you get signed in, you're going to see, hey, these are some of the stories that people have posted. So that's just very simple. But this is generally kind of the shell you're going to see. When you click on your club tab, you're going to have all these icons at your fingertips. And real quick, what I want to share with you is that the key here is going to allow you to do things like, I want to do my club website. If you want to build your own website, you can do that in DAC-B. As far as paid services, there's only about 2 or 3 things that they would charge extra for. Other than that, everything in here is free. So if I wanted to have a website, there's a fee for that. There's a great resource for your treasurer, for accounting, keeping track of records and so forth, even sending out invoices to your club members. That is another module, as they call it, that would cost an additional fee. There's P-mail and P-text, all these other things. Now, P-text was free, but they're making it new. And what that means is in a real quick button, I could text everybody. So if you are interested in doing that, instead of blowing up your own phone, that's an option. But P-mail is free. I could check all the boxes that apply, and I can send an email with whatever information I want to all my members real quick. RI Compare is another little tool that basically lets you say, I want to make sure my membership information matches the membership information up on the DAC or on RI's website. So there are a lot of things in here. Even Club Verify I found very helpful. What that'll do is if you want to make sure that all your members' information is up to date, you can actually send them, and again, as long as their current email is correct, you can send them a little click on a button. Next thing you know, they get an email asking to verify all their information from, you know, a phone number, address, so forth, favorite color, worst experience as a child, whatever you want to make it. Basically, you can send that. They update it if they want, which will require them to log in, and then it comes back and it's all up to date. So no more having to chase after people for that. So again, Dan, anything in here you want to touch base real quick before we go to the next slide?
Not really, just the big things is mainly for the officers of the club. Make sure your members are in there correctly. Make sure their emails, a lot of us send emails out of an address book, make sure that's correct.
Right.
And any officers in your club, you have your website editor, your Facebook person, your speaker's chair. Put all that in your membership chair. Put all that in there because it's going to help various people in the district get the right information out to the right people.
Right. And you know, you don't have to go to RI to enter in all that information. You do it all right here. It will synchronize up to the RI website. So it's a one-stop shop for all that information. So for example, real quick, the Club Verify I spoke about, you just check all the members, you hit your email all, and next thing you know, they're all going, just, you know, make sure you update your information, make sure everything's correct. Also, the membership again, you can modify this for your club, but bottom line is you could actually email this. I had a member come to club because they saw the social media stuff on our website, on our Facebook, and they were so impressed. They're like, oh, I'm going to join your club. And I said, well, why don't you join a club that's a little closer to you? And he said, well, there, and nobody had an application. And they didn't really have things going on their social media page. And so we gained members just because of those 2 components, just 2. So here you actually go in, fill in information, or send the application digitally via this little link. And the next thing you know, they fill it out. And again, you go through your process or whatever your club is, but it's a very simplified process. Now, again, there's a lot here to talk about, a lot to go on. I don't expect you to remember everything I tell you because certainly my wife never remembers. So I just want you to make sure that you at least know that there's a potential, there's an opportunity to be able to do something like a digital membership application. You can say, well, I can't quite remember that, but you know to call Dan or myself, and we'll be glad to walk you through that. We can even remote into your computer with you, with your permission, and help you go through that step. All right, and then there's also a lot of resources on DAC-DB. This page here shows there are lots of videos, there are lots of slideshows. They make it so friendly that if you don't have the answer, I'd be very surprised if it wasn't in here. Even myself learning this, I know Dan and I had to learn a lot of this too, just like everyone else. And so there's a lot of resources there. But again, you've got great resources like Dan, and I appreciate Dan's been doing a phenomenal job. I can't thank Dan enough for all the work he's done. So we are here to help you with that. And certainly if it gets beyond our control, we have great communication with DACDB, the developers. They're always there to help us. All right, I apologize. I know I'm going real fast through this, but there's just a wealth of information. The other resource is our district website. Now, I encourage you to go there. Last night, we made some significant upgrades to that. And I'm going to see if I can bring that up. Where did you go? Well, anyhow, so on our district website, there are a wealth of information. One of the big things we updated last night was the scholarship page. Now, I don't know about you, but there are a lot of people out there that they're looking for money, and especially times right now, especially to send their kids to school. There are a lot of resources on our district website that will actually, and I have that on here, look something like this, free money. Again, boy, I've heard that word a lot today, free. I said free money. So it's a great resource for things like scholarship money and opportunities. There's information on there about upcoming events. You can click on the pre-pets and register. There's a call to action. How do I join Rotary? So there's a wealth of information on there. And this is generally what you're going to see. We did make it a little prettier last night for you guys to go and check it out. But please go on there and look at it. We had a pre-pets meeting on Tuesday, and one of the questions was, where do I get some guest speakers? Well, we have a PDF thanks to Rich Meyer from Parkway or Carnegie Collier Rotary. Sorry about that. Who put together a great PDF packed with speakers. Now, some of them might cost a couple dollars, but a lot of them are free. They're just people who are willing to come and speak to your clubs. So go on there and check that out. Here's another part of the page. Again, speaker ideas, grant, the district grant that Dawn talked about, it's all on here. The foundation information for both the Rotary Foundation and the District 7300. Again, there's just a wealth of information, and I can't stress enough how important it is to just go and hang out and check it out. If you don't see something on there, but you think it might or should be, please let Dan and I know, because we're just really not doing a whole lot these days. We're just kind of hanging out, and really we love Rotary and want to make it as easy and simple and as knowledgeable as possible for you guys. And again, I talked about the scholarship opportunities. The Bob Williams Memorial Scholarship link is on that page. So if you have students that are looking for some financial aid, that's a great opportunity. We really appreciate the Williams family for everything they do, and it's a great opportunity. Now, here's an example. Future, it's one of those links for the scholarships. So it's real simple. You click, you're done. So free money. All right, and getting near the end of this, we are looking at the Rotary.org or myrotary.org. Again, it's another resource, but remind you, log into TB is not going to be the same as myrotary.org. So if you have never signed into myrotary.org, it will give you an opportunity to register. It's just going to ask you for your email address that's on file with Rotary and your club information. If you have troubles getting signed, you give us a call. Even come on over. I will share my with you, and we'll have a good time. So once you get signed in, there are a lot of resources at your fingertips there as well. Jennifer Jones, I had the pleasure of meeting this. She is going to be our first district or our international governor. She is phenomenal. You can read stories like that about things going on, especially what she's bringing to the table as well. You get signed in, you're going to see a profile, and there are a lot of things on there that really will be of big value. Showcase. Our club's been the same thing year after year, and so we're looking for some fresh ideas. Well, you can go to Rotary Showcase. There are ideas from around the world of things that other clubs have done. They've been extremely successful. So you might get inspired to be able to do things. There's also the Rotary Club Central, which we'll talk about those goals I'd like you to put in, kind of keep your club on and so forth. But this is profile.
If you could touch base on it real quick, because I think we're running over a little bit, Dennis.
Oh, all right. So we're going to wrap up. So Club Central is just where you're going to go, and there's a quick way to do it. That's where you're going to put in your goals for your club. Again, I can't stress how important that is. Just kind of give you some bearings, kind of compass, compass you from point A to B. Club Central, putting your goals in will allow you to do that. And you can certainly pull a lot of resources. So wrapping it up, resources. It's all about where to go. I was told a long time ago, it doesn't matter what you know, but it matters where you know where to go. And so these are some of the places you can go. You got the Rotary District website, you've got myrotary.org, and again, there's more in there I can't even begin to touch on. You have your assistant governors, reach out to them. If you don't know who they are, call them up. I'll send snacks along with them as well. Your club leadership, you've got a wealth of people out there who are willing to help out in a variety of ways. You've got your district leadership team as you've met today. And obviously the newsletter, I can't thank Ivor enough. He has done a phenomenal job with the newsletter and the connector. You'll see those things on the district website as well, and plus in your email. And even the Rotary magazine, which has changed its name if you didn't notice. And then also there's a lot of social media, which you'll see at the top page of the district website. So other than that, I am done. I'm going to go grab some snacks. Dan, did I miss anything?
Nope, I think that covers it. Just I'll end with one quick thing. If you need any help, again, IT@rotarydistrict7305.org. We will help you in any way we can. In fact, I've even had a couple clubs that have asked to have me come speak real quick, but give us an email, give us a call, and we will help take care of you. We are running a little bit behind, so I will be brief on our next topic. I am one of the co-chairs with my wife Autumn on the district, the Rotary Foundation luncheon. That is scheduled to be April 18th. We will have the registrations out probably by the end of February. The reason we have not sent it already is naturally, as everybody knows, we had to postpone it last year with the current COVID situation. So we're going to try to wait a little bit. We're going to send out a save the date on it here shortly. And then once we know we're able to have it with current restrictions, we will get it out to you. The big thing is for that is just to raise money for the Rotary Foundation. As Jeff explained earlier, there'll be some basket auctions, 50-50, the dessert auction. We'll be sending a little more information. The last quick thing on that is we're going to try to do a mystery box auction, and I'll reach out with the clubs for details on that. Other than that, that should be it. It's going to be again on April 18th at the Rivers Casino. It's going to be upstairs. The room we're due to have it in is a event room that pre-COVID, it was a 2,000 plus people capacity room. So the hope is by the time we get a little bit closer, restrictions will allow us to safely meet in that, and more details soon. Back to you, Marie, for our next one, for our next presenter.
Awesome. Thank you, Dennis. Thanks, Dan, for all the information. We like to celebrate in Rotary, don't we? So the celebration of the District 7305, past District Governor Sue Kelly, please tell us more about that.
1 second, we got to bring her over. Felicia?
Felicia, you can bring me over.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and have Al DeLucia do that portion of it. Marie. So if you could reintroduce Al instead of Sue.
All righty, let's strike that and move forward. Hey, Al, can you tell us about the upcoming district conference, please?
Here comes Sue also. Maybe not. Good.
Yes, I'd love to. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, Marie, you're so right. We love to celebrate, and we have a fantastic celebration scheduled for Seven Springs Mountain Resort. It's going to be the weekend of May 21st. And so we were actually just there recently and talking to them about what a fantastic celebration we're going to have. We are going to have Friday night a Bahama Breeze theme, where we are going to have a steel drum band providing Caribbean music. We are going to have a DJ for entertainment, and we are going to have a pig roast for dinner, which should be delicious. We are going to have Saturday. We're going to have a couple of our global scholars who you heard about a little bit earlier be there to tell us about their experience with the global scholars. We are going to have our own Rotary International Director, Stephanie Urchik, there to help us. We're going to have the photo booth like we had last year. We are going to have the fantastic fireworks display along with patriotic music to accompany that. We are going to have golf. We are going to have a fashion show. And we have so many more surprises and so much more entertainment planned for this event. And it's going to be a great educational and entertainment event for our district. So please look for the agenda and the registration forms to come out within the next couple of weeks for our district conference at Seven Springs Mountain Resort. Again, it will be the weekend of May 21st. And we are hoping to see all of you there because I know it's going to be a great time. Thank you very much, Marie.
All right, it's on my calendar for sure. It's going to be educational, it's going to be fun, and we're going to be there and we're going to celebrate together. Up next, we have our District Governor-elect, Dr. Vince Costa. Vince, would you like to share with us about pre-pets is going on as well as pets and looking ahead into your district assembly? Vince?
You need to unmute, Vince.
There we go. Good morning. Can you hear me now?
You're good to go. Good to go.
Okay. Do we have the slides ready? Okay. This year we're going to be having the Tri-Pets and Tri-District program on February 27th, March 6th, and March 7th. This year, because of COVID-19, these are all going to be Zoom awares. Just to give you an idea of what we're planning, we decided to go with a pre-pets program simply because there's so much diversity of activities and initiatives and programs that our district is putting on. Instead of waiting for one day to share all that information, we decided to break that information into a variety of themes, and these are listed here as modules. This is an innovative approach that we're using this year. This provides a little bit of information over a period of 6 weeks. There's questions embedded in these modules, and these are designed for the president-elect to think about their year, what they plan to do, start developing their objectives, their goals, and then how to plan towards those. Now, the president-elect training seminars are designed to give a good foundation. You can go back to the other slide. A good foundation of what's happening in the district. It also provides some basic leadership skills for the presidents as they take on the responsibilities of leading their clubs. And it helps them to develop their goals and their plans for the year. And as you can see, if you go down the list, you start off with the introduction and RI overview. Then we go to the district programs, modules 2 through 6. And we end up just looking at how you can best support your clubs, lead your clubs, and develop your goals and plan for those goals. So that's the flow of the training that we're looking at. The other innovative thing is that we're doing this by Zoom. Instead of talking during the Zoom period, what we would like to do is all these modules are prepared ahead of time. The PEs are allowed to review those modules. And then during the Zoom meetings on Tuesday evenings, we discuss the information that's been provided in that particular module. And it's been very helpful. The first two events have been it's included a lot of good discussions about what it means to be president and what are the things I need to look at, and an opportunity to answer questions that they may have. So it's been very productive. It's also been very interesting because we have president-elects who either served as a president now or previously, and they bring a lot of expertise in trying to address different types of problems that presidents may be faced whenever they become, whenever they lead their clubs. So it's been very helpful with this different approach. Okay, next slide. Then, okay, there we go. Now, the actual PETS program, as you can see, is scheduled from February 27th through March 7th. We have a unique opportunity because typically we may have one or two RI leaders presenting during a PETS program. We actually have 5. As you can see, on Saturday, February 27th, we have RI President, past RI President Barry Rasson speaking, February 27th in the afternoon. We have RI Director Peter Cowell. He'll be talking about the Youth Plus Peace in Action program. During the week, we'll have breakout sessions for our district, Tuesday and Thursday nights at 6:30. Saturday, March 6th in the morning, Stephanie Urchik, RI Director, will be reviewing the RI strategy update. Saturday afternoon, March 6th, RI President-elect Jennifer Jones will be speaking to us. And then everything will be summarized on Sunday, March 7th at 12 noon, where the incoming international president, Shekhar Mehta, will be speaking to us and sharing his vision for RI International for that year, for our year. So that gives you a brief summary of what we're doing. One important thing, all of the general sessions on Saturdays and Sundays, these are going to be available to all Rotarians in our 3 districts. So we'll be getting out the registration information for everyone so they can register for these. There's also, we'll be publicizing the schedule, which just came out this week, so that you'll have a better understanding of what we'll be doing during the general sessions. With that, is there any questions, comments? If not, I will pass this on to either Marie or Al.
Great, Vince. Thank you so much. Do you have any information regarding your district assembly?
District Assembly will be scheduling that probably the 3rd week of April, Saturday morning. And again, the modules that we produced probably would be helpful that we share those with the club leadership beforehand. And then Saturday morning will be a review discussion about the content of those modules.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you. So we're coming to the end of our morning together. I would like to bring back our district governor, Al DeLucia, for some closing comments and a wrap up. Al, take it away.
Thank you, Marie. Appreciate that. First of all, I just want to say thank you to all the presenters. Everybody did a fantastic job. So much information. I think we could go on a lot longer, but I know we have a deadline of noon. But I just wanted to say thanks so much to all the presenters for doing a great job, and especially to our moderator, our district governor nominee, Marie Fallon. Thanks, Marie, for all the intros and great work. I just want to let you know that on Monday, we are going to have our monthly district Zoom meeting. February's theme is peace and conflict prevention, resolution. And we have not one, but two guest speakers. We have a peace scholar, Claudia, who is going to be joining us to talk about what it means to be a peace scholar, how she got that education, and what she's done with being a peace scholar and how that's helped her in her career. And then we're going to have Rotary International Director Peter Kyle, who is going to be talking to us about the new program that Vince mentioned, which is his initiative of Rotary plus youth plus peace equals 100,000 young peace builders. This is his initiative in zones 33 and 34 to start educating young people about how important it is to know about peace and peace building. And it's really a three-prong approach. Youth and education in three different places. One, in the home, two, in the schools, and three, in the community. So it's a fantastic program, which we as our District 7305 have already supported, and we will continue to support that program. But it's going to be great to hear Peter talk about that new program. We will also have monthly Zoom meetings in March 1st. We will have John Smarge, who you heard mentioned is the director and really the spearhead of the hand wash program, the program that is bringing clean water and adequate sanitation to the entire country of Haiti. That will be March 1st. John Smarge will be our guest speaker because the theme is water and sanitation. In the following months, we will have speakers that go along with the Rotary theme for that month, maternal and child health, youth services, and Rotary fellowships are the following themes. And we will have speakers that tie into that theme for each monthly Zoom meeting. And I want to encourage people not only to attend, but also to talk to members in your clubs to attend, because this is not meant for just what you would consider district leadership or club presidents. This is meant for everybody in the district to get information about what's going on in the district so that they can be better informed and get that information to the clubs. So encourage you to attend those. And we hope that we'll be able to see you on Monday. But before I wrap up, I just want to say thank you to everyone for attending. It's been a great session. I hope you got a lot out of it. I know I did. And I want to say, please make sure that you continue to do what you've been doing. All the great work that you've been doing has been fantastic, because the world really wants Rotary now more than ever. We've heard so many times that it needs Rotary. It really wants Rotary. People want to serve. People want to give back to their communities. People want to help. And Rotary is a fantastic way for them to do it. So with that, thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day, and hope we'll see you on Monday at Zoom at 6 o'clock. Thanks so much.
All right. Thank you for coming, everybody. Felicia, you want to finish it up?
Okay, so with a joke, or I don't sing, so.
I wasn't sure how you wanted to end. If you wanted to say goodbye, if we just wanted to.
Well, I would just remind people, if they know anybody in their club that might have missed some of this information, because several people are posting, there's a lot of great information. Felicia, I believe, has that on our district Facebook page, which is another great resource. So encourage your club members to go check it out, right?
Yeah, so right now This is on our district Facebook page. It is also being shared with a couple other clubs. They shared it out. Of course, McMurray's out there doing it. They're like #1 with the share. But we have it on our group page, but we're also able to take that data, take the video off and upload it onto our district YouTube page, and possibly take this whole program and put it on our website if we want. So just stay tuned. You'll get a link eventually to show you where you can find it at, that it will fit you best. And so you can watch it on demand and go back and repeat over and over and over again. So
the top right-hand corner of our district website, Dennis added a link for the YouTube, which it should be there shortly once this all completes. So if you don't have Facebook, you could go to the YouTube page and share from there.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Great job. Well done.
Bye.